everyone, Spicy Toast Gaming here. Hope you're having a great day. Hope this video can make it a little bit better. The following video was taken on stream as I was trying to test everything out in the first couple days. So there will be some of me interacting with chat, but I'll try to narrow it down to make it as focused as possible for you. Hope you enjoy, and let's get into it. So we got Akshan at 6 stars. We go with his Relic, Echoing, and Hidden Tome. Really like this build so far. We're trying to get our landmarks to trigger as much as possible so we can keep stealing mana from the enemy and then also revive our strongest dead ally. Let's go ahead and grab him here and let's take him into the Fiddlesticks encounter and see how we can do. All skills deal 2 extra damage. I think we'll go for Share the Bounty. This can be very good to just get a lot more targeting. So let's go for that. That should be pretty solid. Let's go for Sleepless. Let's get rid of the Safecracker. It is actually going to be interesting. I haven't actually played with Akshan with his normal starting deck in a little while. So they do have enough to immediately cast that and kill our Akshan. We will, I think, try to pass. Okay, good. They, yeah, normally are pretty good about passing back. So we'll go for the Time of Dedication. Now let's go for our grapple. This is a good thing with Hidden Tome. We leveled, so we immediately got more mana going. I think we'll do the Predict and Draw. More Akshans give us more of our champion spell, so that's not too bad. So right here, we can kill both of these. So we have a 16-5 Akshan turn 1. We already have our 1 landmark down, and our other one is at 3. So they have now just 2 mana, which is pretty hilarious. I hate this thing, but we don't really have anything that can get rid of it at the moment. We don't have any units that have died yet, meaning when this one counts down, we're not really going to get something from it necessarily. Let's go for a targeting here. Yeah, there's that. I think let's still try to, actually, let's see. Spam out some cards. So this can give us another one starting to count down. Actually, we need to do the 0 cost ones. Let's go right here. All right, that is fine. So we're not even getting the other 6-star effect.
Why do they have so many legs?
Let's, there we go. Finally able to get rid of that, although it might pop up again right here. Let's go for our Time of Dedication. Go for our grappling hook.
Everyone should have a grappling hook.
And just like that, we immediately have this off again. Let's go for our Spell Shield to protect our Akshan. Let's go for draw 2 more cards. And again, like this other 6-star effect of reviving our strongest dead ally isn't triggering because we haven't had anyone die yet, but we've already had that pop like 3 times, I think. GG. I do think Akshan's going to be pretty crazy. Now, we're going to have to get a lot more power to be able to potentially like one-shot Fiddlesticks, because since we're drawing and creating so many cards, we are going to get milled super hard. All right, this is targeting. But this is Grifter's deck, and Grifter's deck could be pretty good, although I'm a 1-cost, when I'm summoned, toss 2, create 2 treasures in your deck. I think I just want to go for the Dust of Diplomacy. Having something with Grifter's deck can be pretty good. Maybe we could slow but steady so it goes off twice. Yeah, I don't think I want to go for Maokai. Kale. Kale could be okay. Vagar. Playing him for free wouldn't be too bad. But I don't think I really want to deal with darkness. We only have 4 rerolls. Do we want to use one here? We could trigger these Empower effects pretty easily. But I would like a cheaper champion. We could drop Vagar just to play him to get our other landmark. Sure. I don't really want to use our rerolls right here. Item chest, spells chest. Yeah, we can go here. So Vicious Mockery. We have our Akshan, which is good. Let's get rid of our Dark Bulb. And even our grappling hook, because really what we want a bunch of copies of Akshan is how we really want this to go. All right, we'll try. Well, let's open with a Treasure Seeker so it gets hit by their abilities. We didn't want Akshan to get hit by all those.
People don't look the other way.
All right, so grappling hook. Sure, let's take out that target.
We are what we do.
So, stealing one of their mana. And yeah, I think we'll keep going for the predict draw one. Suppose we grab the Absolver.
Is now ours.
Don't really want any of these, so I think I'll skip and see what we get. Alright, that's not terrible. Sure, let's go for Dust Up Diplomacy. And yeah, we can go for Awakening Sands. At least we'll have a unit we can start summoning.
Beware.
Alright, not too bad. That's fine. Let's go for a time dedication to scale him up a little bit. Although, yeah, we'll drop our Vagar. We wanted to get another Warlord's Palace. Let's scale Vagar up enough so that he'll be able to
You can thank me.
block this. Alright, that's not too bad. Sure, let's play this just a little bit of a heal, and also to trigger our landmarks. Let's give our champion Spell Shield. Strongest ally that died this game. I think we'll go for the extra draw. Let's go ahead and play this here to get another Warlord's Horde going. Play this here for the double targeting. Just to get that to count down a little bit more. Could go for a Vagabond. Sure, this will give us another Warlord's Palace. Also, look, they're still at 3 mana. So the amount of options they have to play things is so greatly reduced. It's kind of hilarious. Predict draw 1, give units. Sure, we'll predict draw 1.
Finders keepers.
Alright, we're gonna do this just to try to get rid of that annoying card. We're at 9 cards. Sure, predict draw 1. Another Akshan, not too bad. So let's try to count down these landmarks.
Fate is what I make. In and out.
Alright, so we will attack like this. By him attacking, he's going to count down a landmark, buffing everyone else up. And yeah, that'll be GG. And again, they only have 3 mana. Absolver, manifest a card from your regions. That's actually kind of bad because it's generate another card, which is going to make us get milled even harder. Drain effect. It's 6 cost. It is expensive. I think we just go for Bark Beast. I think let's go for the item chest. Grappling hook with Farsight. Farsight again can be a bit bad, and we don't even necessarily want we want the grappling hook to be Akshan. I think we'll just grab this as a cheap unit, and let's try to go for Thalassophobia. Although this one will be a little scaling, or a little scary. The Mana Steal is massive. Yes, the Mana Steal is so good. Let's get rid of most of these. We want multiple copies of Akshan if possible. One issue is if we drop him, if they will immediately attack him.
I don't need rules to know good from bad.
Yep, they will. All right, so I was hoping that they would play something else so we could drop a grappling hook. But, of course, they immediately wanted to do that. Now, if we drop another Akshan, they're probably going to do the exact same thing. Let's drop our Vagar first. All right, that's fine. Now we'll drop our... Well, let's play this Darkness just because we can get it out of hand. Akshan's about to refill our mana anyways.
Fixing the world one scoundrel at a time.
All right, what do we want to draw? Some more Akshans will be nice. Bark Beast is okay.
Finders keepers.
So this targeting will give us cooldown on both of our landmarks. Let's go ahead and drop this here again.
Villains beware.
We could wait for them to play something. Honestly, that would be fine.
I bet.
You like it? I mean, shut up and fight!
Justice was fun.
So both of our landmarks have now triggered. That effect is the worst. How are we doing? Okay, we could play a whole bunch of stuff and push a ton of damage, but we can just end, so let's go for it. GG. I'm actually going to go right here. These random dragon boons are very good because that counts as targeting. So that would help count down our landmarks, which is super good. Yeah, that's okay. A little bit of control, not bad. Predict, draw one, draw unit. That's gonna be too much draw. We already have this. We can go for one of these, and then Ruthless Predator is actually pretty good. And we are not going to cut cards because we're already going to get milled super hard by Fiddle. We kind of want to have as many cards as we can. Let's go for Elise. Let's get rid of the Vagabond. And, well, yeah, we can hold on to Ruthless Predator. I think let's go for a Dust Up Diplomacy just to kind of make them play something. They'll still probably have mana for it, but we'll try to drop our Akshan. Okay, we will drop this right here. We'll go for a grappling hook. And yeah, let's get rid of Elise right away, even though she's stunned. Alright, so we're leveled. Stole one of their mana. We normally... Well, let's do one of these, see if we can get a Akshan. We can, okay. Let's actually summon a Sandstone Charger so we can have another unit to kill. Get rid of that one.
This is justice.
Sure, and we could have, yeah, given that one vulnerable, so this one could have attacked it, but, oh well, not too bad. Having some of our units die is okay, since we'll actually have a unit we can get back then. Let's go for the Ruthless Predator here. That way we have targeting, so we can go for this right here. Let's now, yeah, we'll skip the block. Draw a whole bunch of cards. Akshan actually does have crazy amounts of draw. We actually, we'll drop this one here. But we need to get some strikes off so we can start getting our Warlord's Horde to start counting down.
Hug it out.
And then we can attack right here. Let's go for Dust Up. Play this to get a Warlord's Palace. That is excellent.
Shut up and fight!
This will have the Warlord's Horde pop. And how's our damage looking? Already more than enough, so let's do this for Spell Shield. And sure, we can get the extra draw right there. Although I guess that gave them a unit, which is actually bad. Not the best. But we still have enough to end it. GG. Alright, pretty fun. Let's go for Excavator's Charge. That could actually give us a lot of stats. Potentially save our Akshan. Z Helsing. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Let's see what we can get for a power here. Sorcery can be pretty good. Yeah, we are refilling our mana, but that'll still be solid. All right, 2 shops. Don't really like Survive the Night. Let's go here for the Pale Death. Let's get rid of the Safecracker and then triple Akshan. I'm okay with that. The one issue for Akshan is all of your effects are focus speed. We'll try to pass once here. Okay. So if the enemy tries to attack you with a spell, there's not too much you can do. All right, let's immediately drop this here.
Everyone should have a grappling. Talk is worthless. We are what we do.
I think here we're actually going to want to go for the Sandstone Chargers just so that we have more units that they're going to have to
Justice was fun.
block, because we just need to kill as many of their units as we can. Because if they don't have units to kill, they can't do damage to us. Nice. Back and got a question. All right, ask away. We'll try to put this right here. All right, so our Vagar will be really good to get our other landmark going. Here we need to draw a bunch of cards. And I think let's do the same right here. If you get 2 Vex on the board, do you get ×4 Gloom? I believe so. Let's do this right here to get another one of our landmarks on the board. I think the Vagabond can be okay.
You like it? I mean, shut up and fight.
What does this thing have? Summon another unit. Let's go ahead and try to kill that. This will actually give us double targeting, so it can help our landmarks count down even faster. And then this one, let's see if we can give him Overwhelm. Spell Shield, all right. Will give us more targeting as well, so we're stealing 1 more mana from them. And yeah, let's go for some predicts. And since we still have popped one of our Warlord's Horde and got that cost reduction, it's still carrying through.
Justice was fun.
So this is going to pop next round, giving us... yeah, another one, which is fantastic. I don't think we should need the extra draw. Let's give our champion Spell Shield. I think we will draw for one of them. I do hate this card in the middle. And we're going to try to play this. Yeah.
Fate is what I make.
We are somewhat wasting this targeting. But we're just trying to make sure we get plenty of Overwhelm.
It's justice.
And GG. Farsight's not great for us. We can go for the Treasure Seeker. Yeah, like we are super strong, but we might just get milled incredibly hard from... well, we're going to get milled super hard, which is going to be an issue. Summon your weakest follower. That could be the Bark Beast, which I would actually be fine with. Yeah, I think that's okay. Let's try a reroll here. Countdown 3, Shapestone, draw a card. Some of these could be really good, but we're willing to go for a turn 1 playstyle. And some of these won't really help us as much. Saplings, Splinter Soul, Predict, draw a champion. I think we'll pass. Let's go for the Sickening Plunge. We can get rid of a couple of these. Actually, I like a burst speed targeting. That could be nice. We're going to pass because they always recall us right away. All right, they burnt all their mana, so this is perfect for us. We can now drop our Akshan. And we can drop this right here, get some good targeting going. Free attack. So this will give us some targeting as well. Sure, we can drop this right here. So we'll be able to get this to count down. I was hoping we could get it to count down and draw more cards right away, but unfortunately that doesn't really seem like it's going to happen. Yeah, we can go ahead and get rid of this one. So yeah, we almost could have made that a lot better, because now we can go and do these predicts, grab some more Akshans. Let's skip that, try to get something better. I don't actually like that challenger unit, so let's get rid of that. Ah, yeah, that's better than what we had before.
The forest hides friend and foe alike.
Let's go for A targeting here, and then let's drop this. Because, yeah, I figured they were about to attack. There we go. Yeah, we can get another Bark Beast. We'll get also another one next round as well. Or actually, it might be the other card. Yeah, Treasure Seeker, but that's okay. All right, we have 9 out of 10 cards. Let's play this right here. And we would love to get an Akshan so that we could get our other relic going, but doesn't really seem like it wants to do that. I'm a little bit worried about letting them have the opportunity to play things. I'm also worried if they recall, they're going to destroy some of our units. Yeah, we just had really bad luck not actually drawing what we needed. We'll drop this here. All right, them killing that is fine.
What despite the work? Why do they have so many legs?
All right, let's go for a dust up diplomacy. There we go. We have an Akshan, and we have too many units now. Solid. And they have more blockers. Let's drop a Treasure Seeker and see if they block and kill that unit. Not quite. All right, so this is not necessarily the best situation for us.
Everyone should have a grappling hook.
Because, yeah, our Warlord's Horde is then getting destroyed. But let's go ahead and attack. Try to do as much damage as possible. All right, so we will drop this right here. We have too much draw, so I think I'll just grant our allies the extra power. And we'll wait to see how they attack. But honestly, they're probably not going to attack, and then they were just going to deal with, yep, a ton of blockers. This is not being the best for us. Because, yeah, we don't have a way to get through, and we're not drawing our spells that we need for... Like, we stayed away from draw, which is being a bit of a problem for us at the moment. All right, they're trying to recall him. We need to play this to get it out of hand. That way he doesn't get destroyed. Yeah, let's drop Akshan. He tried to make 2 landmarks, but we didn't have room.
Wipe it all.
All right, let's go ahead and attack. But again, we're not getting that much damage down. And what round are we at? We're at round 5, so we do not have a lot of time left in order to succeed here. Let's drop our Vagar. All right, let's go for some scaling here. And let's try to see what they do. Oof, that got bigger than I was hoping for. They keep summoning so many units. All right, let's drop this one right here. So none of our units are big enough to stop that one. I guess we actually could have triggered a Fated. Let's kill that one right there. We can go for another one, but we don't have quite enough for the darkness. All right, we will try to end, but yeah, this is a little rough. I think this is the last round we have to actually deal damage. Warlord's Horde will give us a bunch of draw. We kind of have too many cards, but if we could get some more Akshans. All right, I think we will be fine. So we're at 9 cards. Draw more, make everything cost less. This is kind of what we've been waiting on, is being able to get some of our Akshans back. So we can actually get some good removal, get good scaling. All right, hopefully they can't recall us. All right, not enough, GG. This is good, but the storm calling can be an issue, taking up space. Rock Bear can also be very solid, but I think getting more of this is, yeah, good. Yeah, this is the one issue, is that you don't have Overwhelm, you don't have Elusives. Now, you normally can kill enough targets with your removal that it's fine, but especially against a target like that, where the whole point is to stall as long as possible and flood the board with blockers, it is, yeah, a decent counter to us. I don't really want any of these. Hourglass, I think this one's actually going to be pretty good. Costs 1 less for each card you've drawn this round. So this is difficult. So this one, we can obliterate an ally, summon a stasis statue. This will count down 1 and then give us 2 copies next round, which is really, really good. Sands of Time is also very good, reducing out everyone's attack and then getting to advance our landmark 4. I think we'll go for the Hourglass, though. All right, item chest. Farsight can be bad, but also getting this card is decent. We only have 1 reroll. Sure, we'll grab that, and we will purchase a heal. I think this one can go either way. We're going to be able to do a ton of damage very early, but we're also going to get milled super, super hard. So this will be a bit of a toss-up. The good thing is we do have 2 revives, so at least there's that. All right, I think we'll hold on to it. Let's get rid of these 2, which I know this is also can be bad into Fiddlesticks. Having that unit... Oh, I guess it's just... Okay, immediately kill the other one. They might immediately... Actually, we'll pass. They normally play something. Okay, they blew all their mana. We can drop our Akshan. Let's go for a time dedication. Kill that unit right there.
Talk is worthless. We are what we do.
So we're leveled. We stole one of their mana. We will try to predict and draw one, but this again is going to be, it's going to make us get milled even harder.
What was theirs is now ours.
Good thing is at least we're shuffling cards back in our deck, so that's something. And yeah, they're not going to play anything else, so we can drop this here.
This is justice.
And then we're getting good damage down, but we have 43 cards, and yeah, they're about to absolutely wreck that. Down to 31, not as terrible. They blew most of their mana, so let's kill some of these more frustrating targets. All right, let's draw 2, make everything cost 2 less. Let's make sure, yep, let's do that one more time. This is burst speed, so I think I'm going to drop our Vagar so we get our other landmark also counting down.
Justice was fun.
Do I care about Vagar dying? Not really, actually. So let's drop this right here. This will give us double targeting. This one will also advance our Warlord's Palace, but let's go for the Profiteer.
Keep this one, but I like it.
All right, now let's drop the Vagabond, and actually, we will replace that unit.
You like it? I mean, shut up and fight!
All right, we have both landmarks now triggered again. We're gonna get milled so hard. I don't even know if I want to draw more. I don't know if I'm gonna go for the predicts. I think let's grant our allies spell shield.
Everyone should have a grappling hook.
All right, I think let's just grant allies 1 power. And we'll do a predict just to see if we can get another Akshan. If we can survive, we can probably do a lot of damage, but we're gonna get milled so hard. All right, we're down to 10 cards. Oh. One good thing though is we have reduced their, like, we've stolen a lot of mana from them, so at least there's that. All right, this is kind of the last round we have, because otherwise we're just gonna die.
Justice was fun.
We're 1 away from being able to, first time another ally dies, create a lucky find. Yeah, we're 1 away from being able to get this to pop. I think let's drop a Barbara, because if they kill a unit, let's see if they block this.
Villains beware.
All right, so this will be a ton of damage, but they are going to be able to block, which will be a problem. We don't really have a rally or anything else, so we're probably just going to die from the mill. All right, we'll go for that. Yeah, We're at a strong position, but I don't think we can last 2 more rounds, sadly. We're not drawing more cards. We're just going to go for... yeah, grant or boosting up our champions. We have 4 cards left. That'll be a lot of damage. And there goes our whole deck. And none of these will let us put anything else back in.
Oh, come now.
Give up
A little sad.
These little scamps will burn you to the bone.
I prefer my flesh unburnt. Please and thank you.
If only we could actually
Finders keepers.
shuffle something back in. Ah, well, Ripperino. We have 2 more revives. Alright, again, we'll try to pass. They normally play something. I think their Vengeance is a 3 cost. Let's drop a Bark Beast. And now we can drop Akshan. I know it's gonna hurt a little bit. We'll drop this one right here.
Justice was fun. Fixing the world one scoundrel at a time.
Alright, so we need to do Predict, draw 1. Dust Up Diplomacy, that was one thing we didn't have last time. So being able to get that would be very good, because that lets us shuffle more cards back in. Let's go for Quicksand.
Righteously reclaiming.
So right here, we can let him kill that. Let's go for the Dust Up. So we are still generating a lot of cards, but let's try to do some damage. If we can start getting a lot of Dust Ups, we could maybe be in a pretty good position. Alright, them open attacking is very bad for us.
Come now.
But we can drop this right here. I don't think we have another Akshan in hand. Nope, doesn't look like it. Alrighty. Let's drop this one, get another palace going.
Coin. Gently, gently.
Alright, so that'll be okay. Oop, that was an Akshan that got obliterated. But this will about to give us a bunch of draw. So if we get slightly lucky here, we can be fine. But we really need to get like our Akshan. No, but we did get Dust Up Diplomacy. Double allies' power and health, grant them Challenger. Each round, first cards you play cost 9 less. Spend mana, play another unit, create a random unit in hand. I think let's go for Cithria. Although we didn't have room, so it kind of didn't matter. When summon, grant other dragon allies everywhere. So we did not draw our champion. They still have 4 power, but let's see how much damage we can do here. Although I guess we haven't really leveled a champion yet. Okay, so there's an Akshan. But we need the draw. We have 10 cards in hand. Let's play this guy because he's free currently. Now we can drop this here. because we just had to have room for our extra cards. Predict and draw one. Okay, gain Dust of Diplomacy isn't terrible. All right, Akshan. So we can play him for free. Let's go for the Dust of Diplomacy just for the Grifter's deck to put it back in. Overwhelm units, not terrible. Sure, let's replace this. Let's Frostbite him. What's his effect? Enemies with 3 or less power can't block. It's like I'd like to play the Darkness unit, but 3 or less, yeah, 3 or less power. We probably won't be able to scale that one up. That is a big unit, but it is just going to get blocked out. So it kind of doesn't matter. I think let's actually go for Darkbald so that we can play a Darkness here. And we're going to do, it's not quite an infinite combo, but we really just have to get rid of blockers. All right, let's hit this one with -4. So that card can't block. We can now attack like this, putting Akshan first to buff everyone else up. Goodness, and then drop this over here. So those 3 units can't block. They're out of mana. We can attack like this, and that should be GG. Easy. Not even close. Oh. All right, that was difficult, but we still have another revive. Akshan needs players to make 10,000 IQ plays. Against Fiddlesticks, yes. Most of the time, no. But since we're such a spammy champion, Fiddlesticks is kind of a hard counter to us. Are you finding the Akshan Relic is worth it or making too much board clutter? I'm liking it. Normally the board clutter isn't, in most situations, too bad. Especially getting that early power. I think it's fun to play around. Especially you can then drop Akshan later, you get 2 of them. Yeah, normally it is fine, but I don't think it's something that is good enough that you have to buy it. But I like it. We're probably going to do Akshan versus Lysandra potentially right after this. But yeah, we're actually able to get through. We were able to beat Fiddlesticks with Akshan. People were trying to say that he was too weak, especially before they actually were able to see him in action. Nope, you can't do it. It's kind of difficult, though. Fiddlesticks is a pretty direct counter to you. But made it through. Still the revive. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, a like and subscribe is always appreciated. Also, if you want to see me playing any of this live, definitely check out the Twitch channel down below. Link is in that description. Hope you have a great rest of your day.